Man City were so fearful of the fact that if they lose possession and we transition from that play, they can get caught out. It happened the first time, happened the second time. We took our chance the third time. It was something at the back of their mind that, look, we can go at these people, but we cannot afford to lose our defensive cover because one transitional play
very fast players.
And we're done for. You get, it was there somewhere at the back of their mind. I'm sure Pep planned for it in the second half.
Exactly.
But for some very off reason, there's no took away that option from all of us. There was no, this man removed Sterling and brought on Nkunku. Very nice sub. I applauded this when he did it. You know the stupid thing he did? He took Jackson away from the center where Jackson was not causing all the havoc. We play the ball long, or Jackson intercepts, or Gallagher intercepts. The ball has to go through Jackson first. So look at the goal we scored. It was Jackson first every time, out wide, then back into the side we want to attack with. You now remove the only person that can give us that. Took him to the wing and playing the Nkunku as the number 9. Something that has not worked the entire season. That's one. We can live with it. He took off Kopama and brought in Chaluba. Guess who the ball that Rodri scored went in off? Just guess. Take a wild guess.
Chaluba.
And I should not blame Pochettino.
From asking the coach to leave his position every weekend, every day, every night, my friend here, Farouk, always say Ten Hag out, to being unbeaten so far in the year 2024. Man United are currently the best team, the best football club in the world with 5 unbeaten runs,
Lamba.
5 straight wins.
Lamba.
Wow. Hoyland got its firepower back from 9 goals last season. Baba don't hurt. He don't hurt very like this.
Well, that's life for you.
I never. Why he did? Wait because he did inform me. You said one enter this thing. Who they use this show now? You or me? All right, guys. I welcome you to another exciting, beautiful edition of Best of the Best Sports Show right here on the land. The best you get on the continent of Africa. We'll take you around the exciting, scintillating, beautiful, and interesting world of. So my name is Bukwan Luko. I've got a lot to talk about on today's edition of the show. Like I said before, I think Man United are back and back for good. Hopefully, they compete for the title or maybe the top 4. I've got the guys here with me, always energetic and ready to disseminate and talk about everything in the world of sport. Let me start off with Izu. Farouk, I know you're expecting I will never start with you. Izu Alpha was good.
Oh, good.
Every man if I is now Bill and
I go Bill. Person who was money for the show, but I'm alright. I'm good.
Talk Camo. Which one person? The talk person they owe us money.
I said person they owe us money for the show.
About it. Roy, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. Last weekend was a little bit of mixed feelings, but
you're looking at the cup final.
Yeah. Look forward to it this weekend. Yeah,
that's a lot against Liverpool. All right, Farouk, how you doing? What's good?
It's always good to be on the show with you, especially when you're talking about IBK Sports Lamba, the man for the big occasion. See, that's about paint everything. It can't look good.
I know you're really expecting that. How fun? Unbeaten run, 5 straight wins. Yes, now.
That's no big deal. This is what my
really?
Regularly.
Now, no be big deal.
No be big deal.
No be big deal.
No be Chelsea.
All right. Since we started from with Man United, I think let's just continue that way. Luton Town against United ended in favor of United, 2-1. Let me just quickly come to Izu. The game started as if it was going to be a demolition, against Luton Town. United got about 2 goals in the first, I think, 14 minutes. It was 40 minutes or 7
minutes. No, three goals were scored in 15 minutes.
But the first 2 goals came in the first 6 minutes. Wow. Yeah. And it was as if, it's all dead and buried for United. But in the end, a proper United would have probably, considered the 2 goals and probably let Luton win that game. But they came in strong. They held their own. They missed a couple of chances. I think Garnacho, Bruno missed his chance. Rashford as well. But who can you give credit to this form? Is it the fact that Onana has become calmer in front of goal, or is it that Rasmus Højlund has shown that yes, I'm actually worth this buy? Yes, or do you just think Ten Hag has finally gotten what to do right?
I don't think it's either of those things. I don't think Ten Hag has gotten. Okay, you might say he has gotten it right because Man U plays they play counter-attacking football right now, and then Højlund's in the form of his life. Everything is working in his favor. He's scoring goals. mistakes happen and he will just be at the right place at the right time and get his goal. But regards to the rest, Man U were in charge for say about the first 20 minutes. Everything was working for them. They were going at Luton Town. And let's not lie, Kenilworth Road is a very hard place to go to. Man City went there and they suffered. Liverpool suffered there. Chelsea suffered there as well. When you play Luton at home, you have to sweat to live with all 3 points. It's a very difficult ground to go to so far for them. I think that's one thing they've done well after coming from the championship. But then again, at some point in the game, Man U lost their football. They were not playing like, the Man U we've seen in the past couple of games. Maybe it's because they're playing against Luton Town and they're a very difficult side to play at home. Nobody knows.
But they had a couple of chances, big chances.
In the second half, the chances came. And I think the Bruno one was down to, resilient defending. He got around the goalkeeper, but the defender said, no, we're not having this. Stuck his leg and blocks the chance. The Garnacho one was the same thing. Go around the goalkeeper, but there was no way to get the ball into the net because defenders were everywhere. I think it's just down to, Luton being a very difficult side to play at home. But big ups, man, they went there, got their goals early, and stuck with the game to the very end. At the end of the day, we say here that it doesn't matter how you win some of these games. Yeah, sure. Just win, and then keep going with that momentum. I think that's it.
They are currently on 5 games winning streak, and I think they've not done this in years. So let me put it that way. Ten Hag came in, and it was as if we finally got in someone who is probably close to what Ferguson would give the club, but I think it wasn't to be, the way he started quite rough, but he still won trophy, but still the fans felt that there's still something wrong with the team. But now it seems there's stability with the introduction of Kobe Mino, Oilon getting his form back and the rest. Now with this form, if you are Ten Hag, we used to be looking towards maybe let's just fight for the title, or you think the top 4 is okay?
Okay, so fighting for the title is a white goose chase, to be frank. You understand? They are nowhere near that form. Considering what Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City what they are doing currently, so it's not going to be. I don't see any of them losing that number of points to enable Man U win the trophy. So that one is done and dusted. Now, as regards their form, you will realize that their fortune actually turned with the introduction of Kobe Mino and Casemiro returning back from injury. Luke Shaw, most of their key players returning back from injury actually enhanced the team. You understand? So Ten Hag, is he a good coach? Yes, he's a very fantastic coach. We saw his quality in Ajax, but it has not particularly worked for him in Man U. In English Premiership is different. You understand? It's very intense. There is no formula to it.
But he has the qualities. He has the players.
Yeah, but so many great coaches has actually come to England and actually failed as well. So I think it boils down to what he achieves at the end of the season. But so far, so good. It has been working for them. Hojland has found his mojo.
So you think top 4 is more feasible for them?
Top 4 is more feasible for them than talking about the trophy.
All right.
They make the top 4.
All right, top 4. Hopefully, United would make the top 4. I don't know what Ten Hag will be thinking about. He might be thinking, why not just go for the trophy?
That's just
let me come to the man of the moment. Farouk. I don't know why guys are happy. Up to 5 games this thing.
A team that's top
but Farouk, I think now one thing about me is that if I've said something on this show and I think it's quite wrong, I will probably eat my words, and I think I will do that now concerning Rasmus Højlund. I was one of the people that criticized him, the fact that he didn't really bang in Serie A last season and United came for him. Ten Hag said something that when you see Rasmus, in training, you realize that this is someone who just probably need 1 or 2 goals to pick his form. People have been coming at him. They've been saying he's been struggling in terms of, finding the net in the league and the rest. But he has now, in the last 6 games, he has scored for Man United in Premier League. Are you surprised by this form? Do you think it's just one-off? Or you feel that Højlund is actually, he has landed finally?
I think that I've not seen anything from this young man, honestly, and I think that
I have not seen anything.
Honestly,
100 goals, he wants to score.
I don't mean scoring 100 goals.
Man, fans,
I think there's a lot more to his game than just what we are seeing now. And the time everybody was complaining about him not scoring, I said to those who came to listen that I don't look at the players just doing their job. The other things that United have been lacking for a long time, that it's complete, in the arsenal of this young man. Look at Martial. Martial cannot play with his back to goal. Rashford, the same thing, other strikers. But he's a young man at 20 years that can hold on hold up play very well, can also create for teams and for his teammates, and scores all those weird kind of goals. Whether it's just knock the ball into an empty post, tapping.
I think everything is working in his way.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's just, they say they need to be a striker. You can't train somebody to be a striker. There has to be this it's pure
awareness,
instinct, it has to be a part of you. Somebody just has a way to just fine tune it and make a finished product.
And to talk about
I think he has those raw materials.
And to talk about it's just 20 years. 21 years. Yeah. And set a new record that stood for a long time in England, becoming the youngest striker. To score 6 games back to back, not just United, for all the teams that have played in the Premier League. So for me, I feel that there's still a lot to offer from this young man. But in the end, you have to continue scoring. Once you go 2 or 3 games without scoring, the hammer comes up on you again. One thing is for sure, Rasmus Højlund is a fantastic talent, a fantastic striker, and I think that we'll still get to at least 15 this season if things continue to go his own way. I still feel still struggling to get chances.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, are you not worried about the fact that Man U as a team don't create a lot of chances?
That's the problem.
Because he has to drop very deep.
If you look at the way Rashford and Garnacho are playing alongside him now, things have changed. They seem they are building that chemistry. But I still feel that a lot can happen between them. Yes, Rashford is experienced, even though he plays like primary one student at times. That's how Rashford can be. The next minute you might be enjoying him, and next seconds you say, how can you at this level play?
All right.
I just hope these guys can form that partnership together. I might see the likes of what we saw as Barcelona, Suarez, Neymar, and Messi.
I'm not surprised when Premier League fans talk, when you know that they are Premier League fans. You get, but there are some things that are quite realistic. There are some things that are overboard. And I think Farouk is just being excited, comparing Garnacho, Højlund and Rashford to Messi, Suarez and Neymar. I think that's a very big insult to those guys. And one man that should be watching his back in Premier League has to be Erling Haaland. Haaland is coming for you this time. I think they are from the same country, right?
No, Denmark, but they're same region. They're both Scandinavian nation.
Okay, well, Haaland, Haaland. So one of the land go shall agree. We go see who be Omonile last lab. Omonile ability they call that himself. All right, guys, away from Man United, let's go straight to Arsenal. And it seems as if after winning or after beating Liverpool, it's been all serious business, for Arsenal. They've been standing on business. In fact, they are now really standing on business. Anyone that comes collect. And let me start with Farouk. You look at Arsenal, and like I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was saying that the reason teams like Liverpool and City should be scared is because of the fact that Arsenal last season were in this same position. They were probably close to seeing the trophy. They knew that they could win the trophy, but they lost it at the death. Now they are now in that same position again, but a different thing this time around, because you have a Liverpool that is that is always winning their games as well, and you have City who are probably watching for some miracle to happen. And it might just happen for them because they know how to do this winning streak. Arsenal this season compared to last season, what do you think have changed? And are you more confident that they have a better chance of winning Premier League this season?
I think they do, and I said something last week, if you remember, that it's at times better for you to chase. When you are at the top all the time and you fumble at the final moment, it's better you do things differently. Yes, I would like to be at the top of the table from start to finish. It's more convenient. But when you're an Arsenal, that you have done it all the time, and they put a big elephant on the tree, and then they get too excited. So I think the way they are doing things now,
it's better.
Everybody will be very, very aware that if we sleep, if you have scored 11 goals on the road in the Premier League, forget it. It's not a joke.
Against West Ham.
It's not a joke. Even City cannot beat Burnley 5 goals to nothing. Honestly, but Arsenal are doing their business quietly. They are not making too much noise.
So who? Let me just come to you straight. Now we know Arsenal to be a team that the squad depth is not really as deep as what you have at Liverpool and Man
I think
City.
it is. They still have party house.
It doesn't say it's not as deep as they don't have, but it's not as deep as what you have at Man City, at Liverpool and the rest. 2 players out, and the season might be over. What do you think those 2 players are?
I think Rice and Saka.
No, not Saka. I think it's a defender.
I think the defensive pairing to me.
That's is it Gabriel?
Gabriel and Saliba.
I think it's Gabriel. Yeah.
Gabriel.
And the reason why I don't think he is.
But Rice has to be there, right?
I think it's Rice, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Rice is the problem. Arsenal. The reason why, and I would say that and then come to Liverpool. The reason why Arsenal are where they are right now is because they realize that they have a very solid defensive cover in Declan Rice. Before you can get at that back line, you have to go through Rice. And then they don't give you that opportunity because first of all, they dominate games. They keep you in your half.
So what's the difference between Rice and Partey?
I think the difference I think it has to do with positional awareness. There were times last season where, because of the fact that Arsenal are on top of teams, Partey sometimes gets carried away because he's always on the ball. He's always involved in the build-up,
Yeah.
Odegaard is giving him the ball, and there's Xhaka who has overlapped, to play alongside Martinelli. Zinchenko is inverting. And Partey is very involved in the build-up. But Arteta has realized lately that Rice doesn't actually help their build-up. He doesn't do much for them on the ball when they're trying to go forward. So his job is just be positionally aware. Be there when we need to be there. When we lose the ball, pounce on that man, get the ball for us, and let's transition back and keep those teams in their half. And that's why what they're doing is very sustainable if they have Rice. If they keep Declan Rice fit and Saka, they can go all the way.
What about the defensive pairing of Saliba and Gabriel?
Yeah, it has actually worked for them perfectly. I think they have one of the best
if
defensive
any of them
records.
should get injured, is it going to be a blow for us now?
Not really. I think they have a cover with Holding and
Rob Holding.
Yeah, Rob Holding and what's this other guy's name? I think Timber
in a title chase.
I think Timber is actually.
I can agree with
Timber,
but
is
Rob
actually
Holding
back as well. You
Yeah,
understand
Timber
that?
is currently training.
Yeah, he's currently training. You understand? But for me, I think if you remove Rice and Odegaard, and that's the end of the game. Odegaard has been the creative force of this team. He does the silent job that nobody's actually seeing. You understand? And for me, I think if you take Odegaard out of the team, it will actually.
But something has changed. Quick one. Something has changed for us now. And I tweeted this some time ago that now it seems as if the absence of Gabriel Jesus and maybe the inconsistency of what's his name, Nketiah, has helped Arteta now tweak. Look another direction in Leandro Trossard. Trossard has played, I think, number 9 position in the last 3 games or thereabout. And I always say that Trossard looks like someone who is ruthless. Because if you see a striker that is ruthless, you probably score a lot of goals.
Yeah.
That's why Haaland is someone who will probably get you 100 goals a year. Very, very possible. Because they are very ruthless in front of goal. Now, let's assume Gabriel comes back, Gabriel Jesus comes back, and let's assume maybe Nketiah picks form. Would you still stick with what Trossard has been doing with the team?
I think I will, because it's working quite well. And I say something any time. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Remember quite well, Arsenal were cruising. Immediately, Gabriel Jesus came back from injury. Put him right in
last season.
And everything tumbled from that point. I would never forget. And I was like, let this guy continue. Gabriel Jesus will come in at the point in time when you need him the most. But just brought him in the thick of action, and they have forward formation, the way they were playing with each other last season, just crumbled. And from then on, they struggled to win games. They were conceding, and their confidence was shattered. But the difference this year is not even the striking position. It's more of the midfield and also the defense, which is exactly Declan Rice. The same thing that Rodri offers Chelsea. Man City. Yeah. The same thing this guy is offering Arsenal. He's very, very calm with the ball, can defend for his life, and can also, transist ball from defense to attack without making mistake. The mistake that you see from Partey, Jorginho last season, you don't see it from Declan Rice. And if they can just hold on and find a way that this guy will not be injured all through the season, I think Arsenal will challenge. Yes, Liverpool are on a different level entirely. They can win dirty, they can play, good and win, and not play good and still win.
I don't think what Liverpool is doing is sustainable.
But I still feel Liverpool can still crumble. But the way Arsenal are playing now, honestly, they just need to believe more in themselves and prioritize, is it Champions League or is it the league that we are going for? You cannot win the two at this point in time.
Another player I think they cannot afford to lose that nobody's really talking about, and I'm very shocked that I'm about to say this. It's Kai Havertz.
Okay, Kai Havertz.
The way Arteta is using him lately,
he has rejuvenated him.
He will not get you goals. He will not get you a lot of goals. He may not get you assists.
Stability.
But his movement off the ball will create those chances. I think it was the Odegaard goal and I think the penalty that Saka scored.
Yeah.
Havertz made the run, those Bellingham-like runs that we see right now. You know, all of us applaud. And then the centre backs don't know whether to follow Havertz or stick with Trossard. Before you know, one thing led to another. Trossard, this is the build-up. Trossard is fouled. Arsenal get a penalty. So I think the way that is having him, you know, make those runs, destabilize those backlines so that, you know, Trossard can come into play. Saka Martinelli can play around it. I think it's very brilliant.
All right. Arsenal for you, you know, they've shown that this season, I think, is a different ball game. Let's try and take it a game at a time. And the fact that they defeated Liverpool, I think that I always say that games like this are, you know, they are for you to make statement. I think Arsenal have shown that they are ready to hit the ground running this time around when it comes to title challenge. And talking about title challenge, let's go straight to Brentford against Liverpool. That ended 1-4 in favor of Liverpool. You had Darwin Núñez in action. You've got Mohamed Salah who came back from injury with a bang. And let's talk about Liverpool. No one seems to you know, the fact that the media is not even, you know, talking about them more. I think Klopp likes it. Everyone is talking about, will Man City with this form, are they going to still win the league, or will Arsenal go on the way? And it seems a lot of people are not looking at Liverpool, but in the end, Liverpool are getting the business done without any shout. With this form, with the setup they have, the fact that Salah is back, they have a league final this weekend. Do you think there will be any form of distraction for Liverpool when it comes to the Premier League chase?
Well, I really do not see any form of distraction anywhere. I really don't. Reason is,
you are hearing Jota might be out for 2 months as well. So
you said
we are hearing that Jota might be out for 2 months.
Yes, of course, with the injury that happened, you know, he's had a couple of injuries. See, the thing is, he's playing with players that are not known, so to say, and they're getting the results for him. With the exception of Salah and probably Darwin Núñez, there is no other established player, so to say. It's just the likes of
Gakpo is still.
Gakpo, okay, yeah,
Luis
Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Szoboszlai is out, Thiago Alcantara is out. You understand?
McAllister is getting the job done.
Exactly. McAllister is just the silent.
In fact, funny
whatever. For me, I think McAllister is even the one carrying that team. When you sit down and watch Liverpool match, then you will see what McAllister brings to the table. He's a very fantastic player any day, anytime. I think he's the best buy for Liverpool this season.
We're talking about score depth. Liverpool they've not had Arnold and what's his name again, Robertson in a couple of games now. And it seems, you know, they are still getting the result, Farouk.
The younger ones.
Now I'm wondering,
the younger ones are getting it done.
Compared to Man City, do you think Liverpool have the best score depth this season in the Premier League?
It's still City, honestly. It's still City anytime.
City losing their 2 full backs and still win games?
It's still City.
Are you sure?
But I think what is working for other teams is that they just want to get the title off Liverpool and from City. You know, Liverpool, the manager has announced he's going. Everything revolves around him. The guys are playing for him at this point in time. And as much as they're playing for him, everything can go wrong. Yeah. If they get one foot wrong. The Sunday final against Chelsea, let them not win it. It might just be the end of their season. It can happen that way. And they win it, they might be him to win quadruple. Because they're still in the UEFA Cup, they're still in the league, they're still in the FA Cup. So, you know, it can just be just one game that will turn around everything. But I still feel that these 3 teams I've mentioned, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City.
I just
want the one now. But City have got that experience. They have done it not just once, 3 times back to back. They have done it 5 times the last.
Hold a second. Now he has brought me into the Man City Chelsea game, and I think let's just do that quickly because no one expected, you know, that sort of shock. Let me put it that way, because you go to the Etihad. I always say that if you are looking for a team that is very ruthless and formidable, you know, in front of their fans, I think it's Man City, because that Etihad is
the
really,
slaughterhouse.
Yes, you mentioned Etihad, you mentioned Anfield, you mentioned Bernabeu, you know. The rest. So you look, Chelsea went all the way to Etihad, and I think they could have won that game. Yeah. I think it was more of Poch being scared to lose that game, despite leading.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted to just make it more conservative.
Exactly.
And I think he knew that the worst that could happen in that game was a draw.
I don't think he knew.
I think he was prepared for a draw.
I don't think he knew. He was prepared for a draw, but he did not have that math down to it. I'm telling you,
I think he was prepared for a draw.
He was prepared for
From his reaction,
he would have
after the
taken,
final whistle,
he would have taken
you
a
could see
draw.
that he was prepared for a draw.
He would have taken a draw.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm very angry with him is he settled, and I don't like it. The fact that he settled is very painful. And the reason he got away with it because he only ended in a draw. City had chances that if they had taken, would have been very sorry. Poch made those changes. The reason why he's happy with himself is because he made a gamble, and the odds he picked later went in his favor, and that's why he reacted like that. I'm telling you, if we had lost, he would not forgive himself.
But that's why I'm saying that now from Farouk, from a leading position, you are the Etihad, and as a coach, a lot of things will be running through your head, because in the end, you know that Man City now they are very good when it comes to second half. They are a second half team. They come into the second half, they are like house on fire. They come at you, they press you. Poch expected that sort of turnaround from Man City. Now the game ended in a draw, and I'm telling you that I think that in his head he knew that the worst possible scenario that he wants to happen is a draw, and he played for it. He was so happy getting that draw.
I think Izu and Roy are not grateful enough, honestly. I'm not saying that you should be happy with a draw.
Yeah.
Yes, but you are playing against a team that's always doing it. At the point in time, it was 91 to 96.
Yes.
It's not as if they are willing to just throw away the possession. But City will always do what City does the best. They will press you back, pin you back. They know the game is not won. It's just 1 goal to nothing.
What happened
if Chelsea had converted all the scoring chances, perhaps we would be saying something differently. They might approach the game differently. But just a very slender lead. Instead of you throwing it away, it's better for you to prepare for what you think is the most desirable result, which is a draw. And if you are saying Chelsea had their scoring moments, Man City also had good chances, which they failed to cover. In fact, according to stats, Haaland had the most shots in that game for the first time without scoring. Over 7 shots he had, and he didn't score.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, I think Chelsea should be grateful that they have done quite well. It was a very, very good performance, but Chelsea to find their scoring goal. Jackson,
I think you're coming from the angle of being an
now
that's the truth.
I'm talking as a fan.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Hold on.
Go into that match. Nobody felt Chelsea we're going to get a draw.
I didn't feel
I was hearing some people talk about the fact that players like Cole Palmer should have still remained on the pitch. The coach should have been more leave some attacking players to just try and hold on the ball. But they were not happy with the fact that now bringing in defensive frame, it looks as if you're actually conceding possession to Man City.
No, the truth is, we've always agreed here that the best form of
defense is
to attack.
Against who?
You understand? Listen. When
Baba,
you're
not
playing Burnley.
You're not
playing
playing.
When it's done, I'll give you 2 subs like Goron. When it's done, I'll give you 2 subs like Goron, and I'll tell you why.
You're not being sincere if you say in the first half Chelsea didn't play well.
You didn't hear me.
No, wait.
I said Chelsea could have won as much as 3 or 4.
So when I say you attack them, you're saying who? We attacked Man City in the first half.
That was your moment. It was about moments.
Is that the coach's
fault? It
fault?
was his fault.
That they missed those chances.
No. What I mean is, they didn't take the chances. This has always been Chelsea problem. You understand? This season, they've not taken the chances.
So
would you rather
now this is it, because I always say I've been able to talk to some coaches. One of the clubs I manage, I'm sure I speak to the coach and he teaches me a lot of things about coaching. Now this is it. They are in a position whereby you go for a game and you know that even getting a draw in games like this is a miracle. And God gives you the ability to get that 1-0 lead. Let me just quickly go to that Nigeria against Ivory Coast game. We were not expecting to get a lead because we were terrible on that day. We probably couldn't even string 3 passes together. And we got the lead. And the coach probably didn't really think that I need to make changes as early as possible in the second half. But in the end, what I'm saying is, now Poch came into the game and he was like, I can't even believe that we are leading. Like, we are leading at the Etihad. And he made a conservative style of formation and he worked, and you guys are coming out to say, no, this is not it. Baba, if you had lost that game, you won't come out to say this again.
Now, I'll take it from the AFCON final to the Chelsea game. a lot of people believe, let's never lie, we came here and we're angry at the fact that Peseiro decided to just sit deep and take all of that pressure without any outlets for us to attack anymore in the game. Now, the reason why teams like City and Cote d'Ivoire in the AFCON final are able to do what they do is because you decided you're not going to attack them. They don't have to worry about you hitting them on the counter. In the first half, Man City were so fearful of the fact that if they lose possession and we transition from that play, they can get caught out. It happened the first time, happened the second time, we took our chance the third time. It was something at the back of their mind that, look, we can go at these people, but we cannot afford to lose our defensive cover because one transitional play
very fast players
and we're done for. You get, it was there somewhere at the back of their mind. I'm sure Pep planned for it in the second half.
Exactly.
But for some various reason, there's no took away that option from all of us. There was no, this man removed Sterling and brought on Nkunku. Very nice sub. I applauded it when he did it. You know the stupid thing he did? He took Jackson away from the center where Jackson was not causing all the havoc. We play the ball long, or Jackson intercepts, or Gallagher intercepts. The ball has to go through Jackson first. To one of our, look at the goal we scored. It was Jackson first every time, out wide, then back into the side we want to attack with. You now remove the only person that can give us that. Took him to the wing and playing the Kuku as number 9. Something that has not worked the entire season. That's one. We can live with it. He took off Kopama and brought in Chaluba. Guess who the ball that Roger scored went in off? Who the ball hit? Just guess. Take a wild guess.
Chaluba.
And I should not blame Pochettino. Man City,
I'm
telling you now, Man City had the audacity to come at us and attack us non-stop because they knew we will not do anything again. We're done for.
Now you're not being really analytical. No, it's not even fair. You are really not being analytical enough in this thing because in the end, he brought in Chaluba. That ball could have hit anyone. I don't think that's an error.
But
that was a point. That was a point.
Listen, the thing is this, when you are transitioning, when you are playing an attacking football, if Chelsea had left Sterling the same team, so to say, or okay, Sterling from Nkunku, fantastic sub. Do you get what I'm saying? Leave Jackson, leave Palmer. I believe it will force City to retreat. They will not be bold enough.
See how they were
almost playing.
See how they
You guys said.
No, it is not. Let me tell you why. Hold on. I've seen this before. No. I just want to say
hold on. I remember when Farouk, hold on. I remember when this guy was playing Man City. That's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It was. I've never seen a more defensive setup than that in my life. Solskjaer will probably put a lot of men at the back and just leave maybe Rashford and the Rice. Let them just run up the counter.
He left options for counter.
Now, is Nkunku now an option for counter?
With the way Poch is using him as a central,
He
played him as a number 9.
Now this is it. Do you know what counter means? Counter means probably that you might not even be in the position at where you're supposed to be because you're already defending and a ball came to you and you send it into space. Now you had Nkunku, you had
Nkunku that is not fit.
You're not bringing fitness.
Nkunku that is not bringing fitness. It's not the coach's job to know that. See, honestly, the fact that you want to blame Poch is very clear. I blame him.
You guys should feel more positive in that result than what City.
It's true. They won't win league.
If we beat City, the confidence going to that Carabao Cup final game would have been higher than us considering and getting a draw.
All right, guys. I think if you are wondering, you probably think Izu has a large investment.
Baba get shares for there. No,
I can tell you for free that $5 Izu.
My bossy get shares for
there. Chelsea. one couple that you don't get for Chelsea. Wait, the Pochettino. Anyways, that's to show you what it means when it comes to passionate football fans and why everyone always wants our team to win every game, which I feel is not possible. Let's go talk about the finals before we go straight to Champions League. We've seen teams go into the final against Liverpool, and a lot of them will be like, Omo, is it possible to win this final? Because now I feel that the game against Man City is a plus for Chelsea, whether I like it or not. They went to the Etihad, and I think Liverpool at this point will be scared, whether I like it or not. Farouk, going to the Carabao Cup final, because it was looking one-sided before. Now, can we say that I think Chelsea have got some stake as well in that final.
But the team that lost 4-1 to Liverpool, that is Chelsea.
Yeah.
And the team that played over the weekend against City, they are quite different in so many ways. At that point in time, Chelsea lacked confidence. They were talking about sports out at that point in time. Now they are a bit stabilized. At least Chelsea have not lost the last 3 games. You know, a draw at Etihad is a very, very big result for anybody, any day, anytime. And also the result of late has been very, very impressive. What about Liverpool? Liverpool were not as strong as they were when they defeated Chelsea.
So what was your prediction?
I feel that it's going to be very, very close, but I still feel that the favorite has to be Liverpool.
Liverpool wins it.
I'm not saying Liverpool will win it.
So who wins it? Who wins the final?
One of the two will win it.
No. So for me,
Chelsea wins it.
To be frank and honest, as a Chelsea fan, Liverpool has
who wins it? About
they do. Liverpool.
They say me you kiss your wife. You the first they check cheek.
Liverpool actually.
Who wins it? Liverpool.
I feel Liverpool.
All right, who wins it?
I think Chelsea wins it because you cannot leave yourself exposed at the back and hope that those teams don't take their chances.
How many games have you played?
So who wins it?
So you can take your own. With the way things are right now, their injury problems, what the setup Poch has given us in the last couple of games that have worked so far, and let's think we win it.
So who wins it?
Chelsea would win.
Chelsea, Liverpool, right?
If we no win, na still Poch fault.
All right, no wala. All right, guys, that's all when it comes to the Premier League, and I think there were some quite good results outside the Premier League. Barcelona finally won against Celta Vigo.
Hallelujah.
I didn't expect that. Lewandowski finally came through for Barcelona. Real Madrid couldn't even go past Rayo Vallecano. I think if there's any team that knows how to get a point from Madrid, I think Vallecano at some point.
They drop points twice against them this season.
They always, even right from the Ronaldo days. I remember you go there and you probably don't get result. So that's the result. And also, I think Juventus won this weekend.
No.
2-2.
Juventus was a draw.
2-2.
Wow.
Was Milan that lost.
Napoli drew as well. I saw Victor Osimhen, you know.
In the stands.
The fact that Napoli understood that Victor is not ready. Someone who has played his heart out at the AFCON. If I saw him on that game, I go Italy, go power for them because I go use that kind of player. Anyways, Napoli have been struggling without Victor Osimhen. Hopefully, they continue to struggle against Barcelona this week. They lose anything the guy also. Osimhen don't pay you, my guy, but no pay. Hopefully you will struggle against Barcelona this week. All right, talking about Napoli and Barcelona. Now let's go straight to the UEFA Champions League. The bread and butter of European football. Like Farouk will always say. Me, I can't add jam to her. And she not me. I really call this peanut butter. I can't add that. Make it sweet.
Most prestigious, glamorous club
But
competition in the world.
before I talk about the result, Copenhagen lost at home against Man City 1-3. Leipzig lost against Real Madrid. I think that game was quite a robbery to Leipzig. I think that was a well-deserved goal.
The goal that was chalked off.
Yeah, that was chalked off. So 1-0 to Real Madrid against Leipzig. Lazio against Bayern Munich 1-0 to Lazio, and PSG 2 Real Sociedad 0. So let's talk about the game against I think between Lazio and Bayern.
So let's ask him the PSG Sociedad.
But before that, I think are you doing the transfer now? I think you should do it now.
When we're done, don't worry. That's
do you agree?
Now camera.
I think hold on, guys. I think we've set a standard, and I don't like people thinking we are not credible enough. And I feel that whatever has happened on this show, the transfer is always done immediately.
I'm Bodman too.
About game, I just answer. So we can say to that.
So are you doing it now?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Okay, so while he's doing the
transfer, Bodman fee. I know you talk about the Bodman. I don't like him. No, we must talk about that Bodman fee before you move on.
How much?
Bodman fee at 10%.
Guys, let's roll.
10% of 10K. How much?
Okay, that goes.
Nah, no be fucking.
I don't say that.
You don't say that, be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no wala. Let's go straight to I think Lazio Bayern. Quick one.
Yeah.
It was as if I tweeted something that people were laughing. I said Thomas Tuchel has turned Bayern to Crystal Palace in space of months. Bayern can't even beat anyone right about now. So what happened against Lazio?
I said it last week on the show that Lazio have been able to get results at home. They've not been the best side, you know, to watch this season. They've not played the best football.
Yeah.
But when they are home, they just find a way of getting results. And then Bayern have not exactly been Bayern.
Okay.
I don't know what the problem is. And I think that stands to the reason why, you know, we should actually applaud a lot of the coaches that go to these leagues where we think it's somebody's bet right to win the league. And then they go there and they do it. We've seen coaches go to PSG, you know, and win trophies. Coaches have gone to Bayern, and there was a particular coach that went to Bayern and won the league. I think won about 9 times or 10 times on the bounce. You know, people who do, I mean, we say it's Farmers League or now Barca and Madrid get La Liga. It's not easy. Tuchel has gone to Bayern now and cannot beat VfL Bochum. He cannot beat Lazio on the road in the Champions League. So this has to make question a lot of things that you've said in the past, you know, because from the place of maybe passion. He has Harry Kane. Bayern won the league last season without Harry Kane. He has Harry Kane now, who has scored over 20 plus goals. And those goals, I don't know. Harry Kane has we need to discuss Harry Kane scoring goals for nothing.
The funny thing is, last season when they won the league, you understand? Last season when they won the league, there was no Harry Kane, and people said, "Oh, the reason they left the Champions League is because they don't have a proper striker." That was the reason why they splashed the money and brought in Harry Kane. Now, the same Champions League we are talking about, they are still struggling in the Champions League.
It's too
And I
Why
feel,
would they struggle?
Again, I think they've recruited poorly. They've recruited poorly.
Erik,
You understand?
They
Yeah.
have Martin Stell. You said a fantastic player.
No,
Still not the academy product.
I know, but
That's an
forget.
academic product. It's not-
Let's just leave that. But let me quickly just quick. I think they interviewed the Bayern president and was like, Tuchel will still be there this weekend.
So
that
it
was
means
like-
that after this weekend, he probably will be leaving.
They are saying that they are sticking with him. Bros, I don't know the contract they signed though. It's not like for life contract, lifetime contract. Okay, let's go straight to Leipzig against Real Madrid. When you are talking about controversy in football, I think you can mention 2 clubs that you know that there is always controversy right from the inception. And the clubs, the first one is Real Madrid. The second one is Man United.
No, Barcelona. Barcelona.
Liverpool.
Hold on now. Farouk,
Guys,
you disagree.
I'm very sure we agree.
No, of
That
course.
is Real Madrid and
Barcelona.
Wait, Farouk. Now that game against Leipzig, Sesko scored a goal, and it was onside. They didn't even explain how that goal was offside.
Now Papa Perez now.
I did no explanation of
Papa Perez.
and Madrid went on to win that game. We've said that the AFCON made us realize that VAR can actually be perfect if they want to. But it seems the European football are really hell-bent on not still making the VAR perfect for, because I'm not happy.
I think that match, up until even Madrid players were surprised that goal was chopped off.
I think, yeah.
But,
I think Toni Kroos came out to say.
I know at the point in time it happens once in a while. I just see that Real Madrid are that club that anything works well for them. Are they playing well? They are still going to win. They are not playing well. They are still going to win. Are they not doing things right? The officiating might also still work in their favor. But beyond me, it was a match that Madrid also did quite well. We just find goal margin, and the goal that these guys call Diaz, I think is worthy of winning any football match. And for Madrid, they were not at their best on the day.
Is it dead and buried? Is it tied dead and
I
buried?
think it's over.
Because Xavi Simons was like they are going to
It's over.
They cannot scratch a feather in Bernabeu.
Their chance against something has to be.
All right, I think Copenhagen against Man City. Any need to analyze that?
No, don't go out, Joe.
Moving on, let's go to the
PSG Real City. Any need to analyze that?
No, we have analyzed it now.
Okay. They allowed to analyze that. Nice one. All right, the fixtures for this week.
Alright.
We see after Champions League football this week, the round of 16 tie. It will be Inter Milan against Atletico de Madrid, PSV against Borussia Dortmund,
Yes.
Porto against Arsenal, and Napoli against Barcelona. Like my Spanish will say. So let's start from let's start from Porto Arsenal. Let's start from Porto Arsenal. Now Zaidu Sanusi has always been a man who I think they missed when he was at AFCON. But now, he came straight after the AFCON to the league game and he has torn his ACL. The minimum ACL can give you is 9 months of recovery.
Yeah.
9 straight months of recovery. Is this a big blow playing against Arsenal for Porto?
It's a big blow. Especially when you have to. A lot of people were. I don't even love people, but I was very excited to look at the whole Saka versus Zaidu commission on that right flank. But we're not going to be getting it anyways. And the way Arsenal play, Saka is going to be a threat any day, anytime. They've missed Sanusi when he was at the AFCON, playing for Nigeria. He's back now, and they cannot have him because he has torn his ACL.
Can they still do it?
Arsenal were already in the lead with them even having Sanusi. Now they don't have him. I think just for that seals the time in Arsenal's favor.
You don't agree with what?
The Arsenal are already in the lead. See, last season, I think Arsenal played against Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
In the Europa League. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But to this side, are always very
they're
difficult.
always very stubborn for any side at all. And they know how to navigate games like this. We have seen Porto Arsenal play in the past. And the results are very clear. Arsenal,
for me,
even at this Arsenal, they don't score 11 goals on the road.
That's in the league. That's in the league. Porto are a big side in the Champions League.
I don't know if you've had time to.
But with the form of
Arsenal currently, Arsenal.
How about form of Porto?
What about form of Porto? They are playing at home.
People they play they're
not actually in form, so to say. They are second in their league.
Arsenal were in this form.
Wait.
Arsenal were in this form before they met a Portuguese side in Europa League last season.
But for me, I think with the form Arsenal is currently, I won't
bet again.
Yeah, I don't mind.
The best you don't mind.
I don't mind.
The best
Arsenal win this one.
How many bets you don't lose for this show?
One. I don't win one.
You don't win one.
I don't lose one. Win one.
I don't lose two. I don't lose two. Win one.
Okay, so your prediction: who wins? Porto, Arsenal.
Arsenal wins.
Who wins?
I think Arsenal would win.
Editor Abeg, they put them out. Who wins?
Porto win or draw.
Porto win or draw.
Arsenal straight win.
Okay. Let's go straight to Inter Milan against Atletico Madrid. I think these two guys are actually on form.
Atletico
is not.
When no score goal for like 2 games.
I think when I mean form, I think in recent weeks you can see that
they scored 6 the last game. Was it 5?
That's
what I'm saying.
Football match.
And they won their last game. Atletico Madrid won their last game.
They won their last game. They won.
I think 3-1 or thereabout.
5-0.
No, their last game was 5-0.
Okay, it was 5-0.
Before the last game, they lost.
Just a goal to
Okay. So Farouk, Inter Milan are also a very good side.
We just win 4-0.
Is a tight one to call, but who wins it? Quick one.
It's going to be very close. Inter have shown that they're a very good side when it comes to score games. They did that in the Serie A last season.
Introduction of Marcus Thuram.
And the way they have been playing.
Is it Marcus Thuram? I
think that's that. Against big side, one way or the other. In the Serie A, they are yet to drop any game against the top side. They've beaten everybody, including Juve, Inter, AC Milan. And Atletico Madrid side who also struggle lately in the Champions League. I think Inter are favorites. They are playing at home. I expect.
So Inter wins.
It might not be a straightforward victory
over 2.5 or which one?
Probably 2 goals to 1 or a goal to nothing win for Inter Milan.
What about you? Quick one. Inter.
It's a very dicey tie, but Inter have been able to hold their own at home this season. Champions League, in the league and all of that, and they are a very exciting side right now.
Why you have Atletico who have Memphis in form?
Which day?
But he scored now. He scored for that last.
For that 5-0.
Yeah, he scored now.
Off the bench. I don't think he's in form. So, even if he's in form, I don't think he's as hot as.
Quick one.
I think Inter snatch it.
Inter. What about you?
Same here. I feel Inter will win it. Inter is very formidable at home.
I think if there's anything you should put your money on in that game, don't put it on Atletico to lose that game. I think they will get either a win or a draw against Inter Milan in that one. PSV against Borussia Dortmund. I don't think there's anything too much to talk. I think both teams. I'll make the car one if you understand.
There will be goals.
Tight contest.
There will be goals.
But there will be goals.
But Dortmund's not inside I trust.
So Napoli against Barcelona. You have Victor Osimhen. I think they said he's finding fitness to be back for that game. Now, Barca on another foot, winning away at Celta Vigo. Any hope for Barcelona at the Naples? Not Naples. I didn't say Naples. I said Naples.
Against this Napoli side that have been ailing for the last 3 or 4 months. Even with Osimhen and without Osimhen, I'm very sure that Barcelona have got a very good chance of navigating.
There are talks about sacking Wota Mazzari.
I even think they can even conclude this match in the first leg. Napoli have struggled to score.
Yeah.
They know they
can't
even
miss
win
them.
their own money.
No,
We
the
don't
thing
win.
is, I
And
think
they are form at home.
no, Farouk,
They are
I think
form
the
at
reason-
home.
wins. We don't have much time.
Barcelona
I
to
think,
Barcelona to win.
I think the
Wins.
reason, one of the major reasons why they are struggling at home, like we rightly stated, was the absence of, or has been the absence of
Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen.
It's just
Okay.
for a month.
You
It's
So
understand?
who
not
wins?
us.
Who wins?
It's a very tight contest for me. I think it's a draw. I
Because
say
Baka say no bad no like that.
Baka is not
Who
really
wins?
in the
Who
form.
wins?
I
Who
say a
wins?
draw.
Who wins for you?
Honestly, it's looking like a draw. Then maybe Baka wins it at Spotify company.
All right,
I
the
see.
guys have spoken. He said Napoli to win. I think it's
Barcelona to win.
Barcelona to win. You
I say
put out a
draw.
draw and you
I think it's going to be a draw.
you said a draw as well. That's what it is when it comes to best of the best show. The guys always dropping their horse, and I'm telling you, as they are dropping it, there are only two people you should follow their prediction on this show. But me, I'm not mentioning. I don't want my laugh. It is you to decide who to follow. Now they don't talk their own. The pastor say Roger they are telling.
Out of those two people, those two that Roy is one of those two people. I don't know. We don't know.
All right, guys. I think we've had a lot of fun on today's edition of the show.
Absolutely.
Farouk, any last word from you? Quick one.
Well, the Champions League is back. The club most prestigious, glamorous football competition anywhere in the world. Always a good day. 2 times to watch football. And guys, watch out for more content. But Champions League takes center stage.
Any last word from you? Did you miss AFCON? Quick one.
Well, the Champions League is back now, so that more than makes up for it.
I saw it online. I was like, people were saying, did you guys miss AFCON? I said, when AFCON don't work.
It was a very exciting tournament.
Yeah,
So
sure.
very
What about
exciting
you?
tournament.
Any last words?
Yeah, so I look forward to what this weekend brings.
Chelsea game.
Yeah, to Chelsea. I hope I don't get heartbroken at the end of the day. You understand? I would want Chelsea to actually send what's his name? Klopp. Yeah, want to make a statement that you can go home without having any trophy this season.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys, for this fantastic show. Roy, Farouk, and Izu. My name is Ibukun Aluko, and we want to thank everyone who have subscribed to our YouTube channel and also follow up all the videos. In fact, some people take their time to make comments, to like every of our posts, and also retweet everything online on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. I want to say we really appreciate the effort, and trust me, more videos will be coming in, more analysis, more, in fact, everything you want. You know, we have it on the Best of the Best Sports Show. It remains Ibukun Aluko, and until we see you same time, bye bye for now.